I have a habit of making obnoxious hand gestures all over the place when I talk. I also sometimes talk at a really high pitch for no good reason. And I don't know. Other than that, I'm just a cool person.
I used to have a habit of drinking a lot of milk. Like I used to eat like ice cream or drink some kind of dairy product every day since I was like 7. That was a pretty bad habit.
Have you ever broken any habits?
I actually was forced to break that habit of drinking milk every day.
Why is that?
Because in December I found out that I've been lactose intolerant without knowing it.
Popular belief is that it takes 21 days to break a habit. However, a study from the University College London says that it takes 2 months to break a habit. Most of the reason for habits are subconscious. Different cues in our life trigger our habits. To simulate this notion of habits, we decided to choose something easy: food. We wondered if people are willing to try new foods, then will they be more willing to break other habits? Let's find out. In a survey we sent out, we asked on a scale of 1 to 10 how willing would one be to try new food from a different culture. We found 1 person said 4, 2 said 5, 2 said 6, 2 said 7, 6 said 8, 4 said 9, and 16 said 10. Our initial observations show that people like to think that they are willing to break habits and try new foods. Hola, senor.
Hola.
What ethnicity are you?
Chinese. I'm Caucasian.
I'm Chinese. I am white.
I'm Chinese.
I'm Indian.
What food do you usually eat?
I usually eat Italian foods like pasta, pizza, stuff like that.
Lots of meat. Any kind of meat. Lots of it. I usually eat rice.
I eat a variety of stuff. Ranges from meats to vegetables to grains to cereal to fruits and a bunch of other stuff.
Usually I'd probably say I eat a lot of pasta, whether it be like spaghetti or different sauces, but definitely a lot of pasta.
Indian food.
Curry.
Yes, I do eat a lot of curry.
I usually eat rice with some kind of meat and some kind of vegetable.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you would never try something new and 10 being eager to try new foods, how willing are you to try different foods?
I'd say 8.
It's 8.
I'm 10 because I'm very interested in many unique types of foods. For example, horse. I went to Mongolia and ate horse. It was very delicious. That inspired me to try new foods.
15. 10, definitely. I love all types of food.
Which culture's food would you never eat?
Australian Aborigine culture. Oh, that's a tough one. I actually don't know. I think I'd be open for anything.
I actually don't know. I don't think the ethnicity or the culture matters, but rather the dish itself. Because if I just point out one ethnicity and say I'm never going to try their food, they do have foods that are good, but at the same time there are a lot of ethnicities that have good food that also have like really crappy
Here,
food.
look at the camera.
Do you have an example?
I heard there's this one dish called stinky tofu or something. I think it's Thailand. I'm not sure. That just smells so bad that people just don't eat it.
Traditional South American. Not like Mexican South American, but all full on like native. Some weird stuff.
How hard do you think it is to break a habit and why?
It's pretty hard to break a habit. It's a habit for a reason.
I think it's very hard to break a habit actually, but once you put it into like a routine or something like that, if you stick with it and everything, then you've got it. But it takes a while to get into that routine.
I think it's really hard because I like to eat a lot of bad things and I can't really break that myself.
It's definitely really, it depends on how ingrained the habit is. Like if it's a new habit, then no, it's not too hard. But if it's something you've been doing like every day for a long time, then yeah, it's very difficult to break a habit.
Do you think you have any habits? Please share them.
I have any habits? I don't know. I can't recall any habits at the moment.
Oh, I come late to class pretty much every day. And procrastinate a lot.
I don't know, I chew my nails, that counts.
Have you ever broken any habits?
No.
No. Wait, yes, I have broken habits. It was a very difficult. I used to play computer game, League of Legends, but I noticed my grades dropped significantly, and I was very angry while I was playing this game. So I just cut that habit. I just stopped.
All right, hi, Mr. H.
Hi.
So, why do you think habits usually form?
I think habits form when we do something that makes us happy or comfortable. If it's an escape for us from something that's not so comfortable.
And so, what are some common habits that you see among Monte Vista students?
One habit that I'd say I see is that Monte Vista students tend to go to bed pretty late, and it turns into a habit for many of them. That's a pretty big one.
So, how hard do you think it is to break a habit on average?
I think it depends on the habit, but I would say to actually truly break a habit is probably a good 10 weeks. You know, it depends on what exactly is involved. Is it the idea of going to bed? Is it biting your nails? Is it gambling? You know, is it exactly what it is?
What are some dangers that you think can happen if you keep a habit for too long, especially a bad one?
I think this is tied with the previous question, where it depends on the type of habit, right? So if we're talking about something like going to bed late, then it can actually become pretty dangerous for us. And if you take physio, you know why. But and then, you know, let's discuss something like biting your nails. Can it actually be dangerous? You can get sick by biting your nails and ingesting the wrong stuff, but I think it really depends on what kind of habit we're talking about.
And lastly, do you have any habits personally?
Growing up, most of my life, I used to bite my nails. That was such a hard one for me to break, and I finally broke it right when I graduated from college. So, that many years.
All right, thank you, Mr. H.
No problem.
I enjoy it very much. It's good. It's good. Oh my god. What about
Do you like the curry?
Oh, it's horrible.
It's horrible?
Yeah. Everything else was good.
How do you like your food?
It's good food.
Okay, I want great.
Before you eat. Nothing?
Nothing. It's food. Free.
Would you eat it again?
I would.
According to our before and after surveys, after eating the food, more people said they were willing to try it a second time. This is interesting because for 3 of the 4 food items we put out, less than 12 people said that they were a 10 for how willing they would be to try these foods. This indicates that while many people think they are very tolerant on foods, they actually aren't. This shows how hard it is to break habits.